Hello and welcome to our daily devotion where we share this one thing from our daily readings from the Revised Common Lectionary for Wednesday, May the 6th. My name is Pam Maston. I'm one of the associate pastors here at First Presbyterian Church of Fort Lauderdale, and thank you for joining me today. I've got a tune stuck in my head. Does that ever happen to you? Here's the tune. I know I'm dating myself, but we sung this song at church camp when I was a counselor in high school around the campfire. Pass it on. That's the title. Pass it on. The first verse goes like this. It only takes a spark to get a fire going, and soon all those around can warm up in its glowing. That's how it is with God's love. Once you've experienced it, you spread His love to everyone. You want to pass it on. Look it up on YouTube and sing along. In these don't pass it on coronavirus times, this song is a great reminder that God's love is for everyone, and God's love endures forever. This one thing for today is that God's love endures forever. And we find this phrase in Psalm 118 in our Revised Common Lectionary for today. We find this phrase 5 times in our psalm. And it wasn't hard to identify this one thing because it jumped out at me not once, not twice, but 5 times. Indeed, this is good news. God's love endures forever. So how shall we respond? Well, what if we are having a bad day or even a bad week? We know that God's love endures forever, but sometimes it's hard to pass it on when we don't feel like it. In Psalm 118, the author is actually writing about incredible adversity. It's not written when times are good, but when times are really hard. The psalmist cried out to God. He was surrounded on all sides by the enemy. He was about to fall, yet right in the midst of struggles, this chapter starts and ends with the same verse of giving thanks and praise to God. Give thanks to the Lord, for He is good. His love endures forever. The love of God endures forever. Several different groups are singing this little phrase in the first few verses. Try putting it in your own words. God's love keeps me going. God's love never ends. God's love is constant. Thank you, God, that your love keeps on, keeping on. As you read through the psalm, many of you will recognize verse 24. For those of you who worship with us at First Pres, this is a common responsive call to worship. This is the day the Lord has made, and the people will say, let us rejoice and be glad in it. Our one thing for today reminds us all that God's love endures forever, no matter what. And today, this is the day the Lord has made. God's love endures forever, no matter whether we are isolated, or we're social distancing, missing our gatherings, furloughed from work, lost your job, waiting to hear test results from the doctor's office, sick in bed, or whatever is going on in your life right now. God's love endures forever. The psalmist says that this is the day that the Lord has made. Therefore, let us rejoice and be glad in it. Why? Because God's love endures forever. Friends, why not pass it on? It's a simple way to share God's love in the midst of a pandemic. Share it with your friends, loved ones, neighbors, and even strangers on the phone and on social media, that God's love endures forever. This is the day that the Lord has made. Therefore, let us rejoice and be glad in it. Friends, we've been given the gift of life today. We don't know about tomorrow yet, but how we respond today matters. Well, the tune of Pass It On is still swirling around in my head, so here you go. Here's the last verse. I wish for you, my friend, this happiness that I found. You can come join in. It matters not where you're bound. I'll shout it from the mountaintops. I want the world to know. The joy of friends has come to me. I want to pass it on. Stay healthy, friends, and thank you for joining me today. We'll see you tomorrow.